Hey folks, Quilly18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 as the Brazilian Socialist Republic, and this is the very first game, or very first episode, rather, of this Let's Play, played on patch 1.2. For you guys, it probably came out, I don't know, 5, maybe even 6 days ago, but for me, it just came out today, and so we are recording that. As far as I can tell, it is save compatible. Not a ton of radical shifts in some of the game balance, although a few of the units have been modified here and there, and a few of the provinces have been tweaked here and there as well. But more importantly, I think for our particular start, where I don't think some of the starting situation changes are that relevant, the AI has been improved a fair amount. A couple of UI tweaks as well, which are going to be nice and we'll discover along the way, but the AI has been improved a fair bit, which might make things more difficult. We'll see how it goes. Quite curious to see there's a big changed sort of preference for fighting in Africa, although Italy has already taken a lot of territory over here, so in fact that's probably going to help the Axis a lot and hurt the Allies a little bit because now Italy's taken that territory already, although now they're going to shuffle their troops back presumably to a more primary front and maybe leave Africa a little bit more empty. It'll be interesting. Maybe this will give us a good opportunity for hopping across the way and having our own chaos going on there. We're still defending the front with this garrison, which is properly strengthed infantry units at this point. Still going to look into maybe doing a change for that in the future. We are 3 days away, something like that. There you go, June the 2nd, from fabricating our claim on Panama. And as soon as we do, we will declare war. And somewhere around July the 1st? July the 3rd, our claim will be complete on Chile as well. We did have some troops that had finished building last time, and I actually just rushed out another 5. They're still green, but barely so, and I'm going to be putting them on the eastern Argentinian front, and I'm trying to decide if I'm going to start fabricating now. I think so. It's going to take 125 days to fabricate. It doesn't matter what state. I don't know. We're interested in specifically ending up with this. Not that it really matters that much. 125 days. Yeah. That should work out okay. I mean, I expect Panama to fall down almost instantly, so we should be able to liberate these troops for work on the Argentinian front. It's possible we'll still be fighting in Chile at that point, though. So, but we'll just play that by ear and see how it goes. Let's start to fabricate. Excuse me. All right, that's going to be fine. And can I just unpause? I think so. I think so. We've actually got a good amount of everything, although I think some things are still looking for upgrades. Total needed, oh, that's reinforcements. And the actual upgrades will probably be there as well. More needed over here. Of course, we're always looking for a few more planes as well. I can probably stop the transport plane. Yeah. I think so. We're not doing massive airdrops. We've got 20. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do that. We're not killing much in the way of efficiency over here. I don't know. If I just brought it down to 1, yeah, even then, it doesn't have a whole lot of efficiency stored up. So I'm just going to cancel all that. We'll transfer things over to people we care more about, or to production lines we care more about, I should say. All right, let's go ahead and unpause. That's going to be fine. And we're just going to wait for the claim in Panama to finish. Argentinian workers, your liberation is near. Damn right, the communist revolution is going to come to Argentina. One way or the other, whether they want it or not, damn it. Justification for the conquering of Panama is finished. Excellent. So I'm going to go and instantly declare war. We had a naval battle over here where we probably lost some stuff. One sub. Apparently we shot down one of the planes, or maybe it just crashed on its own or something. All right, that's fine. They did change the sub mechanics a little bit so that the subs are less likely to detect other subs, which will affect some of the balance with them, which I think is going to be fine. I mean, sub-v-sub combat was a thing, but from a strategic point of view, isn't really the purpose of subs. Really, it's like destroyers find subs. Subs don't really find each other. They find juicy targets. Anyway, let's go ahead and declare our war. We'll call in the Allies because it's going to become a real war anyway. So, I mean, maybe it won't, but probably. Tell you what, I won't call it in. We'll see what happens, but, you know, they're going to join the Allies. Anyway, these guys should march forth pretty aggressively. In fact, just to make sure, I'm going to grab one of them and just right-click immediately over here. Hopefully accelerate that. Yeah, there we go. So it's just going to merge up all our wars together regardless. So that's okay. So these guys are going to march up. I really did not need a 12 stack over here. I was worried about reinforcements. I'm worried about some American troops sitting in their Panama Canal bit of Panama over here. So after you're done that move, I mean, you're just going to keep marching up, there we go, and doing that. And that's going to be okay. I'm going to grab one of these others here. And when you're done your move, you're going to go over there. Naval invasion. Oh, dangerous naval invasion. That's a new one. And apparently after they land, they'll also note an extra level of naval invasion now, which they didn't before. So presumably, Las Libertad. Right, so somewhere in this zone, and it is zooming me over here, so presumably that's where it happens. We can close in. I'm going to get you to cross over and then come back. All right, well, we'll find out what they're doing. Huh, no landing yet, but I believe it. I believe it here that it's going to be a bit more significant. So in 1 month, we'll have our justification on Chile. And then in, I don't know, at this point, 2.5 months, we'll have our justification on Argentina. Something like that. Anyway, let's see here. Panama has capitulated. Great news. Yeah, indeed. That makes things a little bit easier. So you guys, let's see here. I don't know if I want to overweight this front. You know what I might do? Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a couple of these, although these are some of the more skilled ones. You, stay there. There we go. And I want him to keep marching that way, although I guess I still can. So you're going to be unassigned. Actually, I'm going to put you in purple group, which is a garrison-y kind of thing with no specific orders ever. And then we're going to take one of these guys and do the same thing as well. So you're going to stay in this base, and your goal will be to stay here, actually. That's going to be fine and sufficient. And then red group over here, you're going to come in the north of Argentina and get an offensive line that involves just pushing down to the other side. That should be perfectly fine. So get in position for that. So we'll basically be pushing in 3 fronts, and especially if we're not done the Chilean war, then these guys might be occupied. This is going to be a little tougher because I expect a lot of troops to be set up here, but it is flat fighting, whereas over here it might not be defended the same way. Improved artillery upgrades. Nice. What year are we? 41. We eventually do want to go down to rocket artillery, and we are starting to build it up, but we aren't starting to deploy it yet, so I don't think we have to rush these upgrades over here. How are we doing there? We do want to start to mechanize at some point. We still don't have our mountain artillery or infantry, and you know what? I'm going to go ahead and unlock that. And at some point, it would be nice to get air superiority over the Caribbean so that we can do airdrops. But I think we still have to get our fighter production up and running for that. Did we really finish that? No, you're still deploying to the front. Okay, that's fine. Groovy, dandy. I'm okay with that. You've secured this space, which is going to be really wonderful. That so-called dangerous naval invasion is apparently no longer going on. These ships are still hanging around, but they may have changed their mind about the invasion, which is interesting. We do have an airfield over here. Let's take a look. How's our air situation? We have some fighters operating out of here, but we could probably do better than that. In particular, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this group. I'm going to slice you in half, get half of you into the Panama Canal air node. You're going to keep doing anti-bombing and superiority and all that. But you are going to go back to defending the airspace here. Air superiority plus interception. And normally you don't want to really double up on things, but I think for this it's going to be okay. Alright, we're getting up there with our plane counts. Do we have any in storage? Yeah, another 50. Dangerous naval invasion, Caribbean Sea over there. Why dangerous? I mean, probably because they're coming more troops than are currently in the area or something. Maybe that's just what it always says now. It's curious. Bit of a naval battle over here. We lost another sub. I think they did up the sub detection rates as well, so we might actually have a harder time doing our sub combat plan. Anyway, we're a couple weeks away from starting our war against Chile. These guys, right, are assault infantry, although right now that is currently unchanged. I think the idea was to give these guys the radio recon, which has been buffed, actually. Rocket artillery, I don't have enough, right? No. So I'm not going to go and add that in yet. because that would be also okay, because the rocket artillery do give us more breakthrough, which is exactly what we want on the front line. Again, Mountaineers wouldn't be bad for the Chilean invasion either, but we're not set up for that yet, so I think we're basically going to go as is, and that's okay. I don't think I'm going to pull anything away from the regular infantry types. Keep this presence over here, because this is a really, really valuable terrain to keep control over. We are going to want to continue to war up the coast through Central America here, but I think it's fine for us to prioritize this area down below first. We don't have unlimited troops, so I can't necessarily push out on all fronts simultaneously. Although, what I will want to do, maybe right after the Chilean War starts, is I will want to fabricate claims on Costa Rica. Actually, you know what? There's probably not going to be anything meaningful defending Costa Rica, so I'm going to start fabricating now. That's going to be okay. So we're burning through a lot of our political power here just on these claim fabrications, but I think that's okay. We are just about there. Again, it's going to be July the 3rd, where we're going to be able to finish our claim on Chile. The first set of fighting is going to be a bit tough. These guys are going to be well dug in, and in the mountains. Centralized fire control. Nice. 5% more soft attack. Brilliant. And we still have more discounts over here. Recon company reconnaissance improved. Reinforcement rates improved. Okay. That's really good, because we do include recon companies on our divisions right over here, so they're going to be buffed. In fact, we almost always use recon companies on everything that's truly meant to fight, so not like a pure garrison unit like my MPs, for example, but other than that, everything is meant to fight. I got a bit of a sniffly nose. Hopefully I'm not coming down with a cold. That would be pretty dramatic, but it is early in the morning, so I suspect that's all it is, but I'm sorry if I'm a little bit stuffy. Justification of conquering Antofagasta is done. All right, Chile, we are coming for you. Declare war, conquer, yeah, do this, and then it'll just merge into our global war anyway. So Group Teal was set to go. Yep, it's got one green group. That's not going to last too long. They're set to aggressive, so they should start pretty much going right away. There you go. So they've all been merged into the other war, which is fine. We were losing here for a moment, but not for very long. And then we're going to be pushing on all fronts, and that should be good. Yeah, as soon as they break once. I believe we had some intel before. No, they're actually pretty decent stacks. They don't have all the support companies, but they do have 7 battalions of infantry and 2 battalions of towed artillery, which is pretty meaningful. So what date is this going to finish? The 1st of October. Yeah, I think we can be a little bit more aggressive with our war justifications. In fact, Costa Rica will fall almost instantly, so I'm going to start a justification on Nicaragua after that, so we can just keep sort of pushing north as much as we can. We want to clean up everything else down here as well, too. Get a nice unified South America, communist South America. And Paraguay is not going to take very long either, so I guess we may as well do this. Doesn't matter which state. So we get the little justification propaganda. That's going to be fine. Yeah, it's not going to be the fastest push, but it will happen. I don't suppose... Yeah, you're going to go that way, which is going to be good. And I don't want to throw more guys over here, because it's mostly going to be an attrition problem more than anything else. How's our construction coming along? We do have some radio towers getting built, which is good. Some repair will be needed. And we are going to build some more military factories, which is all going to be fine. We're still a little bit worried about bombardment, a little bit worried about resistance. Well, this is the resistance map mode, and actually... there ain't none of it. All right. So anything that's broken is probably being broken by bombardment or just hasn't been fixed yet. I think we do have the increased repair speed, which is nice. I think we can go up to speed 4. Concentrated industry, very good. By the way, yeah, factory repair speed. By the way, dispersed industry has been buffed a little bit, so it's actually worth potentially more justified in taking it over concentrated industry, especially if you feel that you're at risk of being bombarded. So our industry is up to date. We don't need more than 1 radar station at this time. Otherwise, our tech here is up to date, unless we want to start getting some rockets, which I don't think is what we're looking for. Heavy fighters. That route may actually be really good to defend our airspace because of the distances involved. Heavy fighters have considerably more range. They're a lot more expensive to build than conventional fighters, but it might not be a bad idea. Speaking of fighters, I think we're going to want to get some Fighter 2s up and running sooner rather than later. In fact, it's already a little bit later, so that's unfortunate. There we go, good push here, and that should just keep going. Meanwhile, the front against Argentina is going to broaden over here, so the red group's going to spread out a little bit, but that's all good and fine. I would actually like to be fighting a little bit more on a few more fronts. No naval battles, no naval invasions going on right now. This might have a little bit to do with the rebalance of the AI, specifically oriented towards Africa, but I'm willing to bet it has side effects in South America over here, where I'm suspecting that most of the allies are going to focus a little bit more strongly over in Europe, but we'll see how it goes. Switzerland still existing there as a little bit of a pocket. Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia. Did they change the color over here? I know they tweaked a few. There was something else. Was it Romania? There was something else that they tweaked the color for. Construction 4 is done. Very good. So that's going to keep going. We do want to get the air doctrines as well. I don't think we need to worry about the Marines just yet. And here, and the mechanized will be nice, but we don't really have the means for it. I don't think we need the level 2 MPs. We're not getting that kind of resistance. But I think it's time for us to go and start to accrue some of the stuff over here. And specifically, I'm going to start with the field hospitals because manpower overall is a little bit tight. We're going to want to get field hospitals probably attached to everything. We may this time, since I always put the logistics companies to reduce supply before, but I may decide to make more use. Oh, looks like our teal front sort of broke here. Hang on. Halt. Yeah, you have no orders. Do this. And offensive line. Well, probably just to Santiago, although, I mean, we may just keep pushing after that as well. And go. Kind of odd that just sort of stopped working here with our teal group. National focus done. Equipment effort 3 is complete, which has... or it reduces ahead of time penalty for... oh, right. But the big thing was to get the discount for special forces, which we're going to go ahead and get now. And then we're fabricating some claims. All right. How is the U.S. doing? No national focus, so we don't know what they're grabbing yet. I guess we'll have to wait. Second Vienna Award. CAS effort. Okay. That's fine. Because for us, the U.S. is probably going to be our prime... I don't know what you call it. Our final boss, our end boss, is going to be the USA. I mean, we may go ahead and cross over into Africa. We may even dabble in Europe. Who knows? Maybe we'll go after Portugal, which I still think is kind of funny. But the U.S. is closer and has a lot of factories. And if we can go and snag any of that, we're going to be extraordinarily happy. Meanwhile, how is the Soviet Union doing? Let me... That's all good. We don't need the resource extraction quite yet. You've got that. I'm going to start with the signal companies as well. How's the Soviet Union doing? They haven't been invaded or anything like that. I don't think they're really doing much. Nothing's happening off this coast. They haven't been invaded by the U.S. or anything like that. No, as long as they hold off, that's fine. It would be nice if they became adjacent to Norway. Oh, hello. Hello. They have a bit of land in Norway. Great. Because Norway, which if we go to diplomacy map mode, Norway is one of our enemies. They are part of the Allies over here. Finland is neutral, I think. As is Sweden. So they're not in the faction, but they don't like us. Yeah, no faction. There we go. That's what I was looking for. But Norway and Denmark don't like us. They're at war because they're part of the Allies, as is over here. But that landing is quite nice. If the USSR can take all this, that opens up a lot more options going forward. But I'm going to keep going with my area of interest over here. And we need to wait for October. Yeah, I should have been a little bit more aggressive with the justifications. You get a little bit spoiled when you play as the fascist, because when world tension's at 100% as a fascist, you generate your war goals basically instantaneously. It's a lot slower for us as a communist. So I really should be a lot more proactive with that. But we've got a lot justifying right now, which is good. It's probably time... Oh yeah, we are justifying over here. Good. What I don't want to do is miss the window when the justification is open, because it's not open for very long. So if I can't act on it, well, I guess I could just declare war right away. Even if I can't, you know, if I don't have units in position, I could still go ahead and declare the war. And with that in mind, well, I'll wait a little bit longer, but Peru and Ecuador will be next in the list. They don't have a ton of resources, but it's going to, you know, simplify our situation a fair bit more, make everything look awesome. One big green blob down here in South America. Makes me think of the big green blob that we had going on in Africa in the Buha campaign. Yeah. This is mountains. They've got more troops going on here as well. But we have divisions that can go on forever. We will wear them down. Indeed, that is what's going to be happening over here. And as long as we keep pushing before they can sort of regain their organization, we should be able to keep pushing back all the way to Santiago. Now, we're not getting to use air support or anything fun like that. We don't have much in the way of supplies. That's still a bit of a problem. But other than that, I'm pretty happy. All right. So you've got that. We do have some more troops in training. I'm going to leave them there for now. Revolution to Argentina. Yeah. Oh, they're stacking a lot of troops over there. So can we get any real air stuff there? No, the airfields that we've captured are too far to the north. We have no real ability to project air power down here, which is kind of frustrating. This is all one giant South America zone. Wow. So, I mean, I could take one of these. Which would actually represent this one over here. So we're going to make an air wing. I'll grab, okay, all the fighters. What I'm going to do is, that's what I want to do, is this. Set it to 100. Deploy there, deploy over here. Just do air superiority, normal operations, just to see if we can get a mathematical advantage. We're not really looking for air-to-air combat, but if we can get a little math advantage in some of the combat, that will be handy. Although I'm really not sure that the reach is going to come into play here. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. These battles keep changing up. We have a decryption advantage, and apparently we're attacking from multiple directions. Indeed we are. So that is helpful. And they don't, most of their guys don't have much organization left. So they are going to be breaking and falling. But then again, most of our guys don't have a ton of organization left either. That was a really tough battle. Northern South America. All right, we do have some people in position. These ships are still hanging around. Kind of awkward, but there you are. We have plenty of army experience, which we are going to use mostly for division refactoring as opposed to upgrading any tanks. Although I still have that dream of ending up with the heavy tanks, which actually I think our research could have gone there. Or do we have to wait for 42? I'm not sure. Dangerous naval invasion, then just naval invasion. So the old one is still there. Curious. Could be coming with something stronger than these guys can deal with, but we'll see what happens. I could always reinforce a little bit, but not too quickly, so we'll cross our fingers. Well, yeah, the slog through the mountain here is just brutal. Just really brutal. Forward observers are done. Okay, that's actually very handy. And we definitely want to keep going down here. Advanced fire bases. Increase our recovery rate. More base organization is nice. A little bit for the tanks as well, which doesn't hurt. And new tactics unlocked is always handy. Especially if we have a recon advantage. And the decryption advantage. Does that give us better strategies? Yeah, that attack just failed here. Group heal. I'm going to get you to chill out for a second. Actually, no, I'll leave you on aggro, but I'm going to get you to stop your battle plan. Give all you guys a chance to regain your organization. Okay. You'll refill yourself, and then we'll go. We didn't actually... Yeah, I still can't do this and get sufficient numbers, right? Ooh! No, I could go and add the rocket artillery here, which I think I want. They're still not that strong, but this will still add a little bit of go. More soft attack, more hard attack, more defense, more breakthrough. Less armor piercing, but that's okay, because we're not fighting armor. Yes, absolutely, let's go ahead and save this change. And then we'll give them a chance to actually get those supplies shipped to them. And then we'll restart the battle plan. That's going to be great. We have free civilian factories. Oh, indeed we do. Very good. Radar stations. I want to build some radar stations over here in Panama. Let's build one over there as well. Here. There. Also, maybe we'll get one in Rio just to see. Just to see. Anti-air. I'm going to get some token anti-air in this area as well. Most of it was happening over there, but that's going to be okay. And then we'll probably just go back to building up more stuff. Oh, infrastructure up to here. That's not bad. I'm going to increase the infrastructure going through Panama here just to make sure it's not a bottleneck. I think just level 5 is going to be okay. More civilian factories, just because we need some of it going to our our goods. So as we build more military factories, we always need a few more civilian factories as well. I think that's going to be sufficient, and then more military factories. Although it's starting to get built more and more in places that might have some rebellion. Although our resistance is pretty low, and we do have the MPs. How you guys all doing in terms of strength here? Oh, that's the recovery. Strength 90%. Waiting for equipment to be produced and delivered. Infantry equipment, artillery. But you've got your towed artillery. Okay, I think you're fine. I'm going to go and reinitialize this battle plan. So you had a chance to rest. I mean, our enemy got to rest as well. But we also got new equipment, which is hopefully going to help us punch through these guys. Cross our fingers, but I'm not 100% sure here. That terrain, very bad. Caribbean Sea, well, we still have a presence over here, so hopefully we're going to be all right. We do have the mountain infantry researching, so we could go and convert some of these guys. Costa Rican sovereignty, indeed we are. It's going to be sometime in October when we finish this one. Oh, the 1st of October. Okay. So, who's leading down here? This is Aurelio. So, green group, you are going to get Aurelio. There you go, and you're told to go. Red group, you're reorganizing, and it's too big of a front. You don't feel like that you can push. That's okay. You're going to get teal afterwards. You're going to be fine. These guys, I'm going to actually add them to the red front and deploy now. Some of you might still be green, but just barely so. My God, that is rough. Okay, there's our Argentinian war declaration ready to go. And I don't think I see any reason to wait, so we're going to go ahead and launch. So we're going to join the Allies. We'll start fighting on a few different fronts. Special forces are done for our discount. So that's all done. I think the thing to do is to grab aviation effort for some discounts over there. I mean, we may go down naval for some sub-discounts at some point, but right now we're okay. So yeah, this is still being really a huge pain in the ass. So what I can consider to do here is I could sort of halt the Chilean assault. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell these guys to just take things more cautiously. That's going to be fine. I'm going to take a bunch of you and actually add you as part of the red squad attacking into Argentina. Because then we can attack Chile from a different front, sort of go around these mountains, get around the bottlenecks, and that's going to be good. All right, the advance here is good. The advance here is going fine. Again, currently we don't have any intel for unit details, but there's a very good chance that these are not full-strength infantry divisions. Hell, we don't even know what kind of divisions they are, which is pretty crazy. But I think we're going to be all right. So you're going to move over there. We're going to leave some token teal people, or they were supposed to be. There we go. Just focused over here. Ooh, retook, but then we'll take back right away. There we are. All right, we'll see how those naval invasions go. Hopefully not too badly. And yeah, mountain divisions would still be pretty handy. I want to bop those guys, please. Actually, I could have gone for a surround, potentially. No, it looks like they're closing in there pretty good. Green, you're still pushing. You're instructed to push up to the river, which is going to be fine. And then what we'll probably do is just focus on taking Buenos Aires. In fact, I wonder, this cavalry over here. I'm just going to try to get you to rush down there. Probably it's not going to happen. But you never know. Cavalry does move quite quickly. Maybe we can ninja that. Most likely they have people defending, but we don't know for sure. Available planes and reserves. So if we take a look at our air mode over here, what I think we're going to do is deploy some planes here in Uruguay. And we're going to move, say, 100 planes. That's going to be fine. Take you, deploy you here. Air superiority. and go. So that's 2 people deployed in this air zone from very different areas, from here, and still don't have very good reach. Yeah, heavy fighters probably would be a better way to actually get the reach numbers. But once we're done with sort of operations in South America, I'm not sure that we're going to really require heavy fighters in the same way. And regular fighters tend to be a lot cheaper and easier to work with. So this assault is a little bit halted here. The lack of supplies isn't going to help, of course. Teal group, I really want to encourage you to focus entirely down there. Thank you very much. And you might be able to start pushing again, which would be nice. Anyway, we're going to go and put a cut in here. I think we're going to be able to run over Argentina and then finish up Chile after that. And just get this mess cleaned up. And yeah, at some point push north. Oh, there's the invasion. It's actually happening. And actually it's happening where we only have cavalry. Oh! And there. That one's going to be okay, but... let's see if we can't help resolve that. All right, thanks for watching, folks. See you next time.